Let's go.
No! How do we die to the easiest part of the level? Dude, yes! Yes! Yes. I can't. Bro, I'm telling you, I'm beating this today, dude. No! Oh. Ah, yes. Blade of Justice. One of the greatest and most well-known levels of all time. Verified all the way back in 2017, Blade of Justice once stood amongst the hardest levels in the entire game. But now in the Big 2.6, it is only the 681st hardest level in Geometry Dash. Why did I choose Blade of Justice though? About 6 months ago, I beat Bloodbath and it has been my hardest level since. And because my first year of college was wrapping up, I knew I wanted to get better over the summer, starting with Blade of Justice. Of course, with any good story though, there is always stakes, and I only had 8 days to beat Blade of Justice. After that, I would be going on vacation with my mom and wouldn't be able to play for a little bit. This, of course, was not on my mind during the first stream, because why would it be? I only had 2 goals for the first stream. 1, to get 47 to 100, and 2, to get 1 attempt past the first wave from 0. And I was making good progress towards those goals. After only about 20 minutes, I had already done 63 to 100. Bang! Bro is goated today? On everything, bro. Nah, I'm gonna beat it in 1 day. Yeah, that did not happen, and it was pretty clear only about 5 seconds after I said that. Hello? Okay, why am I actually living that by a frame? Those parts were giving me a bit of trouble to start, but to be fair, I just hadn't played them much yet. After getting consistent though, I continued to move back and eventually started going from 0. This is where my first goal would come in to pass the first wave from 0. And on my first attempt, I expectedly died. Freak. Hey. Good run. As the second hardest part of the level, it makes complete sense, although I did get consistent at it eventually. I'll get to the hardest part later, but for now, don't worry about it, because I wasn't either. Just know that on my second attempt at the wave, I got past it, achieving my goal with a run of 27%. Bro, what? Yo, huge runs. Now that my first goal had been completed, I decided to work on my second goal, but I wasn't really getting anywhere, and that's when Zanny joined the stream. Obviously, you know I had to act cool and nonchalant for Zanny. Okay, maybe I wasn't completely composed, but it's chill because now I get to ask him some questions. Hey Zanny, what's the color of Blade of Justice?
It's blue! Zanny! Zanny! It's blue! Zanny, bro! It's blue, bro! It's blue, bro!
I also took the opportunity to ask how to improve. I was told, it's hashtag lock in. Yo, you're right, bro. Apparently that was good advice though, because I got the run of 47 to 100 almost immediately after. Let's go, man. Finally! With that run, I completed my second goal for the stream, and then I decided I would go ahead and get the level in 3 runs. And it didn't take me too long, as I did a run of 20 to 58 not long after. Then I went from 0 for the rest of the day, with the goal of having the level in 2 runs, meaning I would need a run of 47% from 0. Instead, I kept dying to the wave and only got past it twice, resulting in a run of 25% and a new best of 33%. Rah, 33, good attempt. That would end up being the last good run of the stream, but great strides had been made towards the completion of the level, especially when you consider that that was the first stream. I could only hope for the same progression on day 2, where I had 3 goals to complete, this time in a specific order. The first goal was to get the UFO to 100% 3 times. I needed to improve my consistency at the back half of the level if I wanted a good shot at beating it, especially this swing copter. More on that later. The first 2 runs though would come extremely quickly, being back to back. There's one.
Wait a minute, I thought you said your first 2 runs came easy, but you didn't even complete the second one.
Yeah, so I did die at the ship, but I deemed it was close enough to count because I didn't want to do it again. Anyways, I almost got the 3rd run back to back to back, but I ended up dying at 93%. Oh, dang it. That's okay though, because I got back there again the next attempt and then died at 94%. Dang it! Then I just couldn't beat it for the next 20 minutes or so until I randomly completed the run out of nowhere.
Dang.
Now that my first goal was done, I could now move on to my second goal, being to get every individual part of Blade of Justice 3 times in a row. This would prove much easier than I expected and wasn't really too terrible of an experience. Obviously, showing all 3 runs would take forever, so you're just gonna have to trust me on that one. After completing every part 3 times in a row, my third and final goal for the day would be to have the level in 2 runs, which meant I would need to get 47% from 0. Or a massive run to 100?
Dude, no! What a good run!
Unfortunately, I would die at 90%, ending this absolutely insane run, meaning that I would have to get 47% after all. And the only way to make that happen is to go from 0, so that's what I did. And it didn't take hardly any time at all to get the run.
Dang it! How did I die to 58, man?
With this run of 58%, I had completed Blade of Justice in 2 runs, therefore satisfying the last goal I had set out for this day. I did keep playing though, and everything after this was just bonus runs. I had runs of 35, 36, 42, and 54, which are all phenomenal runs considering that I just started going from 0.
No!
On this run of 54 though, a new character of the streams would appear, Juapeki. He just came to wish me luck, but his luck was actually real. I would get to the duel another 2 times during the stream, but unfortunately I would die at 50% and 51%.
Dang it!
After those runs, I ended up getting stuck at the cube at 40 and could not seem to pass it. Idiot! Stupid!
Why did you click
Stupid! Why? That would be the end of the second stream, but let me remind you that I had the level in 2 runs now. That meant that I could beat the level at any point now, I would just have to get a little bit lucky. And in stream 3, it was pretty evident that fluking might be a huge possibility, as I did another massive run of 30 to 86. Remember how I said that I would bring up the hardest part of the level again? Well, that time is now. See, this run marks the second time I had died to the ending from a huge run. I didn't realize it yet, but the ending was a lot harder than I thought, and the swing copter was easily the hardest part of the level. I had problems doing the ending from early in the level, but I never really paid any attention to it and neglected practicing it. Even Vernosis tried to warn me that the ending had hands, but I just brushed it off as I assumed I would pass it from 0. This logic would come back to bite me, but you'll see what I mean later. Anyways, I started going from 0 pretty early compared to the other 2 streams, which might not have been the best idea. I just kept getting to the asymmetrical duel and then dying.
Oh, I'm such a chud.
And when I say I was getting to the asymmetrical duel, I mean I was getting there very frequently. Oh, and another thing, I was dying to the cube a lot.
Idiot!
Despite all the anger building up though, I finally caught a breakthrough and had yet another attempt at the break. Except this time, I actually lived the first 2 clicks and got my first attempt at the UFO.
Yes! Finally! Oh my god. I don't care.
This run marks the first time I legitimately felt I could beat it at any time. It was probably the second most important run in terms of progression and marked the beginning of the end. With this run complete, I could now get back to the UFO at any time. I would just have to lock in and pass it. That time would not be today though, because I never got another attempt at the UFO and instead kept dying right after the duel.
No way I died. That's actually a fair death.
These types of deaths are probably the most demoralizing because I would get through a lot of the difficulty and then would die at an easy part or right before one. But that's alright though, because I did get the new best of 67% on the day. On stream 4, I had a new goal. Get past the UFO at all costs. It was now about halfway to when I needed to beat the level, so the time crunch was really starting to kick in. Before I could do that though, I needed to warm up, and obviously chat was up to their usual shenanigans.
We're all gonna give him Briz if he beats Blade of Justice. I don't even know what to say to that, honestly. Like, tcdstore.com. Chat, who is your favorite furry? Definitely Foxlin. I promise I'm not a furry. The ship says otherwise.
You could just tell that this day was going to be great. I was in a good mood, chat was sort of funny, and we were all just having a good time. On top of that, Juapeki joined the stream early, so obviously you know we had to show out with that luck boost.
Another UFO attempt. Let's go, baby. Come on. Oh, you're such an idiot. I died at 68? How? Doogie knew best. Okay.
Hey, even if it was only a 1% increase, progress is progress at the end of the day, and I was another step closer to beating Blade of Justice. Of course, progress had to slow down after this run, and I began dying to the beginning so much that it was driving me insane. On my first attempt at the duel in a while, I completely lost it and crashed out on my desk, which kinda hurt my hand, I'm not gonna lie.
I actually can't.
Anyways, I started to get randomly consistent through the anger and ended up getting another shot at the UFO.
I can't make it up, dude. I genuinely can't make that up.
Once again, progress is progress, and who am I to complain about progress?
1%, I only ever get 1%.
Yeah, okay, I complain about progress, but looking back on it, I don't really know why I was so mad. I was getting extremely consistent around the time of this run, so the only logical explanation is... I mean, after all, it is only day 4 on a level that should take me much longer than a week to beat.
Hang on a sec. Did you just say day 4? How could you have been mad at that?
That's honestly a great question, and the reason is that my hardest was Bloodbath. There is only about a 100 spot difference between Bloodbath and Blade of Justice, and in my mind, I thought I should have been able to beat it with no problem. If I'm being honest, I didn't even see Blade of Justice as a new hardest for myself. I do have to blame my tilt on that fact, but it was actually that same anger that was keeping me locked in and allowed me to get another attempt at the UFO.
Why didn't the click pattern work?
Thank goodness I got a new best greater than 1%, otherwise I might have actually broken something. I was still somehow frustrated at this progress simply because my click pattern didn't work. I still don't know why it didn't work because I always do that. But hey, it's alright because shortly after I got yet another attempt at the UFO. Except this time I had already experienced 3 attempts, so I basically had no nerves.
Dude, yes, finally.
I completely fluked the swingcopter, and with this run, I had also completed my goal for the stream to get 1 attempt past the UFO. Despite being mad most of the stream, I still played great and was probably more consistent on this day than any other. I still had 1 UFO attempt left in me though, but unfortunately it didn't go anywhere.
Oh, I clicked it too early.
That's okay though, because this was my best stream in terms of both progress and consistency. One could only hope that those things would continue onto the next stream. They wouldn't. I can't lie, progress on this day started off horrendously. I only had 1 attempt at the asymmetrical duel, but I would just end up dying at 54%. You stupid idiots! I have no idea how long I had been in the stream at this point, but after dying to the beginning constantly, I was fed up with it.
Genuinely, why can't I play this level today? I'm about to get off. I'm about to get off stream.
To be fair, it's kind of a valid crash out, but still, tilting doesn't help the mental at all. Thankfully though, I redeemed myself shortly after with my 2nd attempt past the UFO.
I don't care. I don't care. Finally, we made it back. Yes. Holy cow.
Funnily enough, despite the slow start of the stream, my consistency stayed extremely high, and I got another 2 attempts past the UFO in nearly back-to-back attempts. The thing is, I nearly died to the exact same frame. This was not a good sign. I was starting to struggle at the ending from 0 and specifically this swingcopter. It was around this time that I realized that I had been underestimating the difficulty of the swingcopter. Now, this wouldn't be important for the rest of the stream because I only got another 3 attempts at the UFO, but I died in each of them in stupid ways.
I don't even know how I died
to a pill!
Hey.
I mean, take a look at this one. My Seiyo literally bugged out and clicked twice because of rapid triggers.
Oh, what the heck just happened? happened. I just double clicked for no reason.
What am I supposed to do there? That would be the end of Stream 5, and as I said, I had been underestimating the swingcopter until today, and that's because I finally realized it played very differently from early in the level.
But wait a minute, Foxlin, you did 47 to 100, so shouldn't you be good?
Well, yeah, that's what I thought too, but that evening I decided I was going to do cube to 100 no matter what. You wouldn't expect 10% to have a large impact on how a level plays, but achieving this run was much harder than just 47 to 100. Once I got that run though, it made the swingcopter so easy that I ended up doing 30 to 100 and then 20 to 100 in the next 10 minutes.
Holy cow, dude. Oh my goodness, what insane runs.
I think I can say that I was infinitely more prepared going into Stream 6 than I was for Stream 5. And that fact became extremely clear as I did another run of 37 to 100 while warming up for the stream.
Yo, W.
But that wasn't all because I then did a run of 26 to 100 right after that.
Bro, I'm telling you I'm beating this today, dude.
Clearly, all that practice from the previous night was paying off, and it was looking like this stream was going to be the one. Until it wasn't. I could not catch a single break from Blade of Justice. Just take a guess at how many times I died between the asymmetrical duel and the UFO. Maybe 4 or 5 at the most? Yeah, no, try 8. I literally could not get anywhere despite having some crazy runs to start the stream. The one and only time I got to the UFO, I died 3 clicks in.
Well, that was lackluster.
For whatever reason, today was just not the day. It's no big deal though, because I always have the next day to beat it.
There's only 2 days left.
Psh, it's fine, because I did well on Stream 7 anyways. Obviously, you know I had to start the stream with a calm 37 to 100.
I mean, I guess we're just beating it today.
It's crazy to think how much progress you make over the course of beating a level to the point where a crazy run becomes just part of the routine. What was not part of the routine was my first attempt past the UFO on the day.
No! Oh! Dude, that was the run, bro. New best.
I had finally made it back to the ending and had passed the swingcopter as well, marking the second time I had done so. This attempt was huge in terms of progress. But unfortunately, I clicked about 1 to 2 frames early, meaning I would have a real chance at beating the level had I only clicked 4 to 8 milliseconds later. That's alright though, because I still had the rest of the stream to get back, and since this run happened so early, there was a good chance of that happening. In total, I would have 10 attempts at the UFO, 4 of which that would end there, with this attempt being by far the most stupid and confusing. Of the 6 attempts that continued past the UFO, 5 of them would end at the swingcopter. Go figure. By far the worst death has to be this one though, where I clicked the exact same frame that I hit the blue pad. This caused the game not to register the gravity switch, resulting in my death. We know that it had to be the exact same frame because we can see the blue pad activate and can hear the click, but the ball did not switch gravity. Either way, I probably would have died by missing the ship portal entirely because I clicked way too early. I only had 1 more attempt past the swingcopter on the day though, but it wouldn't lead to a new best.
Yo, 87, good run.
Sadly, I didn't beat Blade of Justice on Stream 7, and that was a little concerning because I now only had 1 more day to beat the level before I would go on vacation. It was do or die on Stream 8, and on the first part of the stream, I was dying. I could not get past the asymmetrical duel despite getting there a bunch. But then, I did. I only had 1 more attempt at the asymmetrical duel for the rest of the stream, and I made it count. No, I didn't say I don't know what's a Euro. I said I don't know what Eurovision is.
There we go. Oh my god, yes! Bang! Oh my god, we beat it! Bang! Let's go! Oh my god, we did it. Yes!
Blade of Justice had finally been completed, and just in the nick of time as well. If I didn't beat it today, I don't know how much longer it would have taken, but thank goodness I did. In total, Blade of Justice only took me 8 days and 14,305 attempts to complete. That is far less than I was expecting. I thought this would actually take about a month, but I definitely surprised myself. If you enjoyed this video, then please like and subscribe because it's free and you can always change your mind later. Thank you for watching until the end, and make sure you join the Discord down in the description so you don't miss any future uploads or upcoming streams, because next I'm going to be going for my hardest level by far, Omicron.